First one in the new setup for the Toronto Raptors. Oh, baby! Won a basketball game there at Scotiabank Arena tonight as the Raptors beat the Chicago Bulls 113-104. And with the W, the Raptors now improved to 6-4 on the season. But before we talk about the game itself, let's talk about the news we heard before the game. Pascal Siakam going to be out a couple weeks at least. Doesn't sound great with the groin issue because the damn people in Dallas couldn't wipe the damn floor. But it is what it is and we have to move on. Good news is we see Fred VanVleet back in the lineup today, and I see comments all over the place, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, comment sections, whatnot. With Scotty running the point the last couple games, right, the ones against Atlanta and San Antonio, and he does well, and people are like, well, here, you don't need Fred now. That dude showed to us tonight why exactly we need Fred VanVleet. He was outstanding. And was the only reason this Raptor team won today's game. Now, I'm not going to make the excuse. Whoa, we beat Chicago even without Pascal, because they didn't have Zach LaVine. So I'm not going to, there's no excuse there. Both teams didn't have one of their stars. Fine, so be it. You move on, right? I don't know if you guys can hear the dinging. It's my girlfriend again. Anyways, first quarter, not so great. Defense sagging, not looking pretty. Giving a lot of 30 to 21 in the first quarter, not looking too high. But again, it's early, whatever, move on. Defensively, in the second quarter, they got locked down tight. Christian Koloko in the first half was just ridiculous. Not only with the blocking shots, and that's the great thing about having a guy that is Christian Koloko's size. Not only does he block shots, he changes so many shots. And once he showed the Bulls that he can rim protect and you go in there, he'll swat you away. They got a little tentative. And a lot of these easy layups with him lurking were missed. And the Raptors ended up winning that second quarter 34-19, plus 15 in the quarter. And they're up by 6? 6 at halftime. There we go. And in the third quarter, it was very back and forth. But again, the Bulls, they get the shots to fall. DeRozan gets the free throw line. However, the Raptors did a really nice job containing DeMar DeRozan. But they were -5 in the third quarter. And the Raptors go into the fourth. +2? Jeez, you guys know my math is downright abysmal. So I'm going to... No, they're up by 6. They were -5 in the quarter. Come on, I should be able to do that. They're +1 heading into the fourth. Ridiculous. But in that fourth quarter, you look for your best players to win you a basketball game. And with no Pascal, how's the closing situation going to be? Well, Fred VanVleet took over. And I'm going to use this clip because I had to. For a few reasons. One, it had to do with Goran Dragic. And two, it was Fred VanVleet letting him know, oh yeah, I'm hot and I'm going to make sure you know it. Dribbling across the middle of the floor, right? Stuck two. I think it was 95-93. He's got Dosunmu on him. Boucher comes up to set the screen. Gets the switch. Gets Dragic on him. And Dosunmu initially starts going with Dragic to Fred, but he sags off him and goes to Boucher because they don't want that pick and roll to happen. And that leaves Dragic one-on-one with Fred. So Fred's trying to drive past him. Then he stops on a dime. And the old fart, Goran Dragic stops. He slid a little bit. You got caught. And Fred takes a couple steps back. Drips the three. Knocks it down. Big time buck. You're down 2. You're down 2 in this moment. And Fred VanVleet drills that shot to put the Raptors up 1 and propel them. I mean, not only I could have picked so many Fred highlights, but I wanted to pick that one because it involved Goran Dragic. You can talk about the passes that he made, the one to Scotty Barnes with a back cut from Scotty, and he files a rifle right into the pocket. He goes up and dunks it. There's a few of those passes from Fred in that fourth quarter. Just remarkable. And the Raptors win the fourth quarter 30-22, and they win the ball game by 9, 113-104. They did a job. Was it pretty? No, it wasn't. And we'll talk about the shooting percentages in a bit, and it definitely wasn't pretty. But they won a ball game. So who cares? Let's get to the player stats. Let's start with Christian Koloko. You know, the young rookie, we know he can block shots, but he doesn't get into foul trouble sometimes. And we're starting to notice on offense, look, he's not a shooter. He's not going to get a little happy inside the painted area. The one thing, though, when he gets that pick and roll going with one of the guards, and he rolls right to the rim and goes up for the dunk, I mean, he's massive, so you can basically throw it anywhere. He'll grab it and throw it down. That seemed to be money today. He was also getting the free throw line and knocking down 3 of 4 as well. He had 11.7 boards. He had a couple dimes in the game today, too. 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line, and he had 6 blocks. And they weren't just little foo-foo blocks. No. They were, I'm going in there strong. That's fine. I'll meet you at the rim strong, and I'll send you packing. And that's exactly what Koloko did. He was at plus 19 while he was on the floor as well. He's done a phenomenal job of protecting the rim, and it's an aspect the Raptors haven't had in quite a while. And as long as he continues to grow and continues to get smarter, I guess, on the defensive side of the ball, man, oh man, he can be something special on the defensive side of the basketball. Fred VanVleet. I think he joined Damon Stoudemire and Fred VanVleet for the only guards in Raptors history to drop 35 and 11. Maybe it's 35 and 10, but he had 11 just to add insult to injury. I don't know. Maybe it was 11. Maybe that was the stat. But 35 and 11 for Fred VanVleet. Shot 9 of 22. 7 of 7 from the line. At one point was 5 of 10 from 3. Ended up going 5 of 13 from 3. But he was a plus 27 on the floor. He did everything for it. He was your court general. And ladies and gentlemen, we all love Scotty Barnes. I love him too, and it's paining me to watch him play right now because of his ankle, and it's sometimes he's slow on switches, and sometimes he's slow on guys' first moves. He was getting blown by at times too, and I'm like, that ankle is not playing right now. And I do not want him out there if he's just going to continue to hurt and hurt and hurt. It's painful for me to watch. But we'll get to Scotty in a second. Phenomenal job from Freddie V. Your court general was the player of the game, no doubt. Welcome back, Fred VanVleet. That back looks totally fine now. It's obviously not. He's probably not 100%, but he looked great, did Fred VanVleet. Scotty Barnes, 19 points, 10 boards, 4 dimes. Did shoot 8 of 19 from the field. Was 1 of 2 from the line, 2 of 7 from distance. And he was only a plus 5 on the floor. But again, you know, it's his health that I'm just so worried about. We all think, well, with Pascal out of the lineup, right, a lot more shots are going to come available. And look, Scotty took 19 shots today. And I love that. I want to see him take that amount of shots. It just scares me every time. And Matt was saying it on the broadcast there in the fourth quarter. You know, Scotty's, limping back to the bench. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, this is not what we want to see, man. This is painful for me to watch. But he must be okay enough that he's going out there and playing. I mean, albeit we saw that with Fred last year. And you got to listen to your body. Fred said that in the offseason. He said it going into the year. We all know, we're all seeing what's happening with Scotty. We just don't know the severity of it, but he's limping. It tells me he's feeling it. Scary stuff. I wanted to bring up Gary Trent Jr. because he didn't play much. And this is why we love Nick Nurse. If you're not playing well, especially on the defensive side, you ain't playing. Gary Trent had 12 points and 3 boards. He shot 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, which ain't great, and 1 of 5 from 3. Nothing special with your shot. And oh, by the way, in 20 minutes, he only played 20 minutes in the game. He was in minus 25. You won by 9, bro. So it tells you when he was on the floor, the team overall was just really struggling. So you're going to sit on the bench. That's all there is to it, right? OG Anunoby, phenomenal. Just absolutely ridiculous. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 of 19 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 3 more steals and a denial, and he was a plus 24 while he was out there. The defense, you know what you're going to get, man. Stripping DeMar there late in the game, getting the reverse dunk. I mean, what else can you say? Defensively, he's doing a job. He was 2 of 5 from 3, shot really efficient today. Gotta love OG Anunoby. He was outstanding. Now, the bench unit didn't score much. They didn't. Nobody in double figures. But what I wanted to bring up is that Boucher, Achua, and Thad Young combined for 13 offensive boards. 13! They dominated on the offensive glass. And look, if you're not going to make shots and you're not going to be efficient with it, fine. Crash the glass, get extra opportunities. And the team overall did that today. But 13 offensive boards of the Raptors, where are we here? 23 were from the bench. They did a job. So you got to give them the credit for that. Let's get to the team stats. Chicago shot 46% from the field, 36% from three, and 85% from the line. So not bad numbers. Raptors shot 43% from the field, so 3% worse than the Bulls. We shot 27% from three. They shot 36%. And we shot 75% to the line from the line. They shot 85% from the line. Yet we won by 9. It's effort, man. It's crashing the glass, getting extra opportunities. Doesn't always have to be pretty. It's just what counts on the scoreboard, right? And let's get to those rebounds. +8 on the boards altogether. +8 in the offensive boards. 23. The Raptors have 23 offensive rebounds. That's insane. That's ridiculous. Also, turnovers. You forced 17 turnovers. So you had 23 offensive boards and you had 17 turnovers. You caused mayhem in that sense. And those type of plays, turning the ball over and offensive boards, just make other teams go nuts. And it did today. Especially late in the ball game, right? Where are we? Points in the paint. Raptors won at 62-38. That's absurd. And second chance points off of those 23 offensive boards. Yeah, 27-13 in second chance points. You were +14 in that category. You dominated. You flat out dominated. And then in points off of turnovers, right? You look at the difference of getting extra opportunities and making them turn the ball over. You were +25 in that category. You were +11 in the turnover in the points off of turnovers in 23-12, and you were +14, 27-13. In the second chance. They dominated that side of the ball. They weren't shooting the ball well. We saw that. 43%, 27%. That's not good enough. But you dominated the glass, and you turned them over, and you won the game. Recipe for success, guys. If you're not shooting the ball well, crash the glass. And they did tonight. Big win for the Raptors, but they got to hit the road, and they're probably already on their way to the airport right now because they're probably racing Chicago because they got to take on the Chicago Bulls in the Windy City in Chicago tomorrow night. It's an 8:45 first pitch. Where am I going there? Tip off tomorrow night in Chicago. So you won the game at home. A little home and home here with the Bulls. It's going to be a tough one, though. 8:45 tomorrow night in Chicago is going to be a doozy. That video, it may be uploaded tomorrow night. It may be uploaded the next day. Again, I'm kind of in between about it, though, Raptor fans. I'm letting you know right now that might happen, okay? But that's going to do it for this one. You enjoy the video? Actually, no, before I go any further, the Raptors held DeMar DeRozan to 7 field goal attempts. Yeah, he was 5 of 7? It's great. He averaged 25 a game. He only had 20 today and only took 7 shots. The Raptors doubled him hard, especially with no Zach LaVine. You force other guys to beat you, and you did. And other than Goran Dragic, who dropped 16, I think, did a pretty good job. So 7 field goal attempts for Debo. He's probably going to get more tomorrow, but we'll see how it plays out. Right? So, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you guys enjoyed the game tonight at Scotiabank Arena, smack that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM, all that great stuff. Also, the Discord link is down in the description. Instagram is also down there as well. All that great stuff, guys. Just go down below. You'll find it. All right? And I will talk to you guys Leafs Edition on Tuesdays. They host the Vegas Golden Knights at Scotiabank Arena. 7 o'clock puck drop there as they look to win their 4th straight game. As for the Toronto Raptors, they look to win their 2nd consecutive game tomorrow on the second night of a back-to-back on the home and home against the Bulls. In Chicago, 8:45 tip-off there as the Raptors look to win both games on the back-to-back against the Bulls, which would be huge. A nice little statement for the Toronto Raptors, right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.